Hey visionary, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen, heard, or read a brilliant idea before, but it came from someone else? Like your mind is blown and you want to share it with your audience, but wait, it's not your idea. Is that stealing? What if people find out it's not your idea? Should you share that you got it from someone else? Does that decrease your authority as a leader and visionary if you say you got the idea from someone else? Have you ever been through this? I know I used to struggle internally with this all the time, and I'm sure you might have as well. But I recently had an epiphany that solved this problem once and for all. And it all started with the trip to Atlanta.
You're listening to the Build Your Vision podcast, a podcast series about maneuvering the ups and downs of building a life that you're proud of, captured in real time. A community where dreamers become doers and doers become world changers. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? This is the Build Your Vision podcast, the #1 self-leadership podcast for visionaries who are serious, not just curious about building a life and business they are proud of. I'm Clee the Visionary, and I am your self-leadership coach. And it is my mission to lead you on the journey of becoming a visionpreneur, an individual who makes impact and income with their ideas, insights, and influence because someone needs what you are building. So imagine this, guys. I'm landing back in DC after an amazing couple of days in Atlanta, Georgia. I just finished meeting, networking, learning from some of the most amazing entrepreneurs and visionaries I've ever seen and ever met in my life. I get back home, I put down my bags, and exhale after a long day of travel. And I'm in my bedroom, and I'm thinking about all the amazing things that I had learned over the past couple of days. And then I realized something. Wait a minute. This can't be right. I immediately grabbed my phone, opened up the voice memo app, and start recording. And this is what I said. In 3, 2, 1.
All right, so real quick, I want to address something that was just like an epiphany for me over the past couple of weeks. And I've been doing a lot of deep diving in like understanding marketing, understanding sales, really trying to get my business acumen up to snuff. And I recently went to a mastermind in Atlanta, my first business mastermind I've ever been to. And they had these guest speakers come in and talk. And like a lot of these people that came into the mastermind were either associated with people or studied under people that I had been like studying intensely over the past couple of days, or were literally like people that have already done the thing and like I have been studying them intensely over the past couple of weeks and days, or really months actually. So like I'm listening to them, and here's the thing for me, and I know like anybody that's trying to like make content, I'm sure you've probably have thought this thought before. I'm like, I can't have you. If you have ever had like a breakthrough or something, and it's not from your own idea, it's something someone else says, and you're like, oh my freaking gosh, like that's genius. I'm going to apply it to my life or whatever, but you feel like you can't teach about it or you can't like utilize it in what you're making because it's not yours. Bruh. It does not matter. As long as you give credit, no one cares where you got the information from. That's why I always thought I wouldn't say it, or like I wouldn't take pride in the information because I didn't come up with it. And I didn't want to say it and then like either not credit the person that I got it from and to essentially steal the idea, or say that I got it from someone else, and then I felt like I'll be discrediting myself and people will look at me like I'm not, like I don't really know what I'm talking about because I didn't even come up with that. Like I would think they would think I was just regurgitating information. And here's the thing, lots of people do just regurgitate information, but here's what you have to do. And this was the breakthrough for me. You have to apply it to your life and then tell it from your perspective. Right? So you still give credit to the person I got this idea from this person, and here's how I used it in my life, and here's what I'm telling you about this thing because I practice this principle, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, like, I heard it so much over that weekend. I've heard it so much in the past couple of weeks because here's the thing. When you start doing a lot of research and you start to get really, like, learned in a specific area, you start hearing the same stuff from different people over and over. I'm like, hold up. I thought, because the first time you hear it, you think everything that you hear the person say is like their idea. And then you go find someone else. You're like, hold up. No, actually, they were the first person to say it, and that person got it from them. Or maybe it was the other way around. And then you hear it again. You're like, oh, wait, no, they got it from... And it's the people saying the same things over and over and over again. And each of them have an audience. Each of them have authority. Each of them have made a lot of money. Each of them have had very impactful lives, have served a lot of people, have made a lot of world change, have had a lot of influence. And they are all saying the same thing. Some give credit, some don't. Some say the name of the person. Some just say, I got this from someone else. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. So if you have been having like imposter syndrome, if you have been feeling like, oh, I have nothing to offer because everything I have learned up to this point, I got from someone else. And like, I haven't come up with my own like revolutionary idea. You don't have to. All you have to do is apply what you learn and teach from the insights that you have from your application. Because the thing is, someone's going to learn from your experience that they wouldn't have learned from the original person that said it because that experience is going to be different than yours. So you actually are doing a disservice to whoever needs to hear your message or hear that message from you if you don't say it. So like, I feel like free because I have so much knowledge that I have gotten from other people, implemented into my life, have come up with other discoveries. Like, okay. And the thing is, like, some things work, some things don't work, some things I revise, some things I tweak. And now it is my original thing. It's not the same thing that I received. And I just wanted to share that with you as a visionary. Like, I know you're learning. I know you're going on YouTube, you're buying courses, you're getting a mentor, and you're ingesting a lot of information and you're applying it and you're seeing results in your life. You're seeing things that do work and things that don't work. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to teach from a stance of authority just because you didn't come up with the original idea. Give credit and teach from your perspective. And literally no one, in fact, people will be endeared to you because they realize that you are connected into a knowledge source. Like, it actually doesn't take away authority from you. It adds authority to you. They're like, oh, wow, this person has clearly done a lot of research. They know exactly what they're talking about. Like, it's such a different mindset. So, hey, look, guys, I hope that was valuable to you. Keep building your vision every day as always. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.
I just really wanted to share that moment and epiphany I had with you because I think so many more visionaries will actually benefit if they realize that partnering ideas is something that is supposed to be done. You cannot continue to elevate yourself and your mission and your vision if you do not incorporate the visions of others into your vision. You were not created to build this thing alone, neither physically or intellectually. Yes, you can steal ideas ethically. If you ever come across some material that you want to share with your audience, that you want to use in your frameworks, that you want to talk about on your podcast and your videos and your reels and your content, whatever it is, in conversations, it doesn't matter. Speaking on stage, just remember these 2 M's: modify or mention. All you got to do is modify or mention. Either take the material, apply it to your life, and modify it so that it works for your type of audience or your specific industry in life, or for your personality or whatever it is. You can modify it, or you could just mention your source. Mentioning your source does not take away your authority whatsoever. In fact, it can increase your authority. When I realized this, I felt so much more free because I get all this information from so many brilliant minds, and I just felt like it was bottled up because I didn't want to like cheat the system, or I felt like I wasn't like smart enough, or I didn't have enough content of my own. When I realized everybody's just talking about what everybody else talking about. It's crazy. Thought leaders do this stuff all the time. In fact, most books have an index in them because they're referencing all the resources they got the information from. You can do the exact same thing with your speaking, with your podcasting, with making videos, even in your own conversations. It does not make you less of a visionary. There's actually even an entire book dedicated to this matter. It's called Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. You could check it out. I actually haven't read the entire book yet, but it's been on my list to get through. It's just kind of backlogged. But literally whole books are dedicated to this type of things. And even the great Albert Einstein, who's one of the best minds to ever walk the planet, right, says that the secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. Now, I'm not saying to hide your sources, but even Albert Einstein acknowledged that no one is really original, right? We're all just modifying, upgrading, reinventing the same things. As the great wise King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. So I want to empower you, visionary, to take what you are learning from others, apply it to your life, modify it, or mention where you learned it from. You can open up someone's world to somebody else that they need to be connected to, or you can provide someone with a framework that they never would have accepted unless they heard it from you, even if it's the same framework that someone else has already presented to the world. Learn this, apply this, share this. 2 M's, modify or mention. You are still a visionary, and you can steal ethically. That's what I wanted to share with you today, visionary. As always, keep building your vision every day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Executive production by Cleavon Davis. Music production by Cleavon Davis and Christian Hernandez. The Build Your Vision podcast is a product of Build Your Vision LLC.